Welcome to another episode of HardTarget Range. Today we'll be taking a look at the Mossberg Shockwave. Let's go shooting. Well, there you go, guys. That's from 5 yards away, and you can see with that bird shot, it didn't go outside of this target, which is an 8 by 10 target. So that shows you get a pretty good tight pattern even with the bird shot in the type of distance you'd use in your home. Well, here you go. This one was done at 10 yards or 30 feet, basically twice the distance, and you can see I've got pellets going out way over here and over to the edge here. So you've got about a 12-inch span on this shot versus that 15-foot where it was a 6-inch span. It's basically doubled along with the distance. So I'm not going to go out any further than that for this demonstration, because pretty much chances are you won't be using that firearm beyond 30 feet in a home defense situation, and I was just trying to do a pattern with birdshot for that purpose. But you can see where it's doubled going from 15 feet out to 30. Unless you got a really, really nice house, chances are you'd never use it beyond 30 feet inside the home. Don't think this won't make an impact either. There's your wad. Well, here we are back in the shop, and if you don't mind, Jack left me a little ginger ale. I think I'm going to have some. I got some issues going on in my throat right now that there's nothing I can do about, and I'm going to have to live with as long as, well, at least for the next 8 months. And then after that, we'll see what God does. So here we go, guys, to the sunny slopes of long ago. That doesn't heat you up and cool you down all at the same time. So here we are with the Shockwave. Of course, the Shockwave now is available in a 12 gauge, which is what the three I have are, 12 gauge. It's available in a 20 gauge, and it's also available in a 410. Between the 12 gauge and the 20 gauge, I guess, it's really just your own personal taste and which one you get. They're pretty comparable. You're going to have a little less, maybe, recoil in that 20 gauge. But, you've got an awful lot of shells to choose from in a 12 gauge. So I don't know that it's a huge advantage going down to the 20 gauge. But when you get to the 410, I see that as being a little more specialized and can fit into a niche that the other two can't. A slug run through a 12 gauge could be a challenge for some people to shoot with a gun without a stock like this, and you may not want that big of a projectile also. You get to a 410 and use a slug through a 410, you've basically got yourself a 41 Magnum. And yeah, I love 41 Magnums. What great guns. That Smith & Wesson 657 that I carried for years, fantastic firearm and a great round. I could really see having a 410 Mossberg to use slugs through. What a fantastic package that would be. One of the great things about the Shockwave is the size. It's just so compact. Make an absolutely great truck gun. I use it in the Bobcat and on the tractor, and of course my golf cart, I've got that scabbard it fits in. It makes a huge difference, even though I'm in a situation where I could be using my 590 A1 every day. The size isn't that big an issue. I found that I really didn't use it that often because it's just kind of a pain to drag it around, where this is just enough smaller and convenient that I actually use it. And again, the same old thing, the gun doesn't do you any good if you don't actually have it. So when I bought this, I bought it strictly as a novelty, and because for years they said you couldn't have something like this, so I wanted one. I had no idea how much I'd utilize it and how much I'd like it. And I think one of the reasons that I have embraced this thing so much and use it so much is because I have, and if you follow my channel, you'll know this, I have a left eye dominance because I'm left-handed. See, but I shoot right-handed because when I was a kid, that was the thing to do, to force your kid to be right-handed if you ever want them to get into sports. So I'd been trained to do everything right-handed, so I'm really right-handed. But that has made this into just a fantastic firearm for me because, yeah, I get it. You get it out in front of yourself, and there we are. Just like shooting a handgun. So I've really embraced the Mossberg Shockwave and just really, really enjoy this firearm. That's hence the reason I have 3 of them. So, well, I thought I'd share that with you today. My wife and I are going to go shoot these this afternoon. We're having a little contest over on Patreon. And that ought to be fun. She's got some... I'm not really sure what she's doing, but it involves RC vehicles, cars, and some kind of helicopter thing or something. And she got something up her sleeve, I'm sure. I'll leave you with a little more footage of me shooting my original Shockwave out there on the first shooting range we had. And I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks for the support. I'm going to use my new club, see how it works, my Mossberg Shockwave. Let's give it a shot and see. Well, they don't go as far, but it's a hell of a lot more fun. 2, 3. Oh. He falls for that every time. What an idiot. Well, that ends another episode of Hard Target Range. Thanks for tuning in. Till next time, from Mr. Holster and Jack, go out and stay safe.